Good evening. It's me. I'm back for my weekly Monday update to tell you what has happened with me in the last week and what might be coming up. Obviously, I did the updates. I've done two now, and this is my third, just saying kind of what's going on with me physically. And my main physical restrictions are the mobility, as I've talked about before. So I cannot get in and out of my flat without support of another person. I'm constantly on two crutches, and if I'm out of the house, I'm in the wheelchair, which is great because it means I can get out and not expend energy. So silly things like a cup of tea has to be brought to me by somebody. It's not the luxury of being able to just go and make a cup of tea and bring it back to the sitting room. I have to either make it in the kitchen and enjoy it there. But yeah, it's silly little things. So on that note, please, I can't get to the front door. So please don't send gifts. And obviously it's very generous and I appreciate it, but the gifts and deliveries are a real issue. Trying to sort it out because delivery companies need to take note that none of their tick box exercises of leave with neighbour, blah blah blah, actually work, because you cannot write anywhere. I have to it takes me an extra 5 minutes on top of the average person to go and answer the buzzer, and then I can't get down the stairs to actually open the door to let someone in. So thank you to those of you who have sent gifts, but please don't. And yes, so thank you, but please stop sending things because it's actually quite a stressful process to go through. Yeah, so thank you, but please stop. I have had a few visitors this week. A couple of outings in the park with friend, brother. A couple of friends came over for dinner during the week to have dinner with me, and managed to get out a couple of times. One of them on Saturday, I went to a very special restaurant in Bray with Sarah. So she came up from Devon, and we just had the most phenomenal lunch. And I had to tactically prepare for that lunch by with my eating, because my eating's a bit off. As you can see, I've got my nice chipmunk face from all of the steroids and the eating. So steroids increase your appetite. And so yes, I've got this lovely, I look nice and chunky, chipmunk cheeks. So but that's part of the process, and that's helping keep my brain under control with all the swelling and the tumours. So I have to kind of go with that. Don't really care that I've got a fat face. You're probably also noticing that I've lost pretty much all of my hair. Annoyingly, I still have some hair on my nubbin. As you can see, I've got a few different nubbins, but so the loss of hair is from the radiotherapy. So I had initially I had radiotherapy on the nubbins directly and some other places, but I had full brain radiotherapy to try and bring down the swelling of the tumours, which was what was causing me not to be able to read and write and speak properly and be sick constantly. So that was pretty nasty. So I had full brain radiotherapy to try and reduce that swelling, and the radiotherapy and the steroids work together to try and bring that swelling down, which is why I'm able to make a sentence right now, because a few weeks ago I couldn't, and that was pretty catastrophic, really. So, which obviously is another reason why I am not allowed to drive anymore. And I'm fine with that. I can't get out of the house anyway, so. So yes, that's what's going on with the hair. So it might be confusing because obviously people have seen me with no hair before when it was chemotherapy, but the radiotherapy is pretty strong and it zaps the hair follicles, and so I still obviously have my eyebrows and my eyelashes at the moment. This might attempt to regrow, but again, I don't really care. What else has been happening? My carer bought me a dozen red roses on Valentine's Day, which was really, really lovely. I'd had the hospice nurse come to visit me for the first time, and I think she realised that was a momentous, and picked me up some flowers. So that was lovely. So I don't have any hospital visits booked. This is part of the process of dying. You don't, unless you request the assistance of consultants and medics for a specific, symptom or purpose, you're kind of left to the community. And I obviously, at the moment, with the carers coming in every day and the support of other people and the facilities that they've given me, I'm obviously managing at home at the moment and with the medication that I have, to try and keep things under control. I do have I have had probably over the last 5 days some quite unpleasant pain with my my pelvis, and obviously that's the tumours in my hip joints and in my legs. So been trying to get on top of that with being better at taking regular pain relief. It's just sometimes it's not too bad and sometimes it's not great. So that's probably the only thing. I'm trying to organise to do a little bit more in terms of setting myself tasks and doing things. So things like doing death admin, that's always a fun one. I already had things in order really, in terms of finances and stuff like that, but sorting out that at the moment with a solicitor and writing my wishes and funerals and stuff like that, which probably sounds quite odd to you, but it's something that I think is important. And it's I found when my dad died, it was I found a lot of benefit in him having listed what his wishes were, because you then suddenly start applying lots of pressure to some quite small things because you think they're significant in the face of something so big. So yeah, and no, it's not negative. I don't find I've been in the right headspace for it, so sorted that out. And just sort of plodding on really. I'm trying to maintain my independence where I can, and a few weeks ago, back in January, when I was in hospital for 2 weeks, that was it was very, not scary is not the right word, but it was quite it felt quite final. And now I'm back at home, it kind of feels like I've reversed a bit. So it's now trying to think about nice things to do. And so I have been obviously posting on Instagram and putting lots of food pictures and fancy restaurants and that sort of stuff. And I think, well, whatever. If I'm going to drop dead tomorrow, I want to have known that I've spent it with people I love and doing nice things. So obviously this is not a sustainable lifestyle, but I'm not being told that this is a long-term thing. So I think, well, try and enjoy yourself. Anyway, longer than last week's, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, gone on for a while. But I don't think I've got anything else that I want to mention. No, anyway, have a good week, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.